Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to have you when we do our videos. We always like to bring videos that are pertinent to what's going on in the market so that you can make money. Why? Because we do the work, you reap the rewards. So I'm going to talk about a whole space that's behind the scenes as far as attacking people, which is cybersecurity. There's a lot of news in the market about, because what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, that cybersecurity is going to be on the rise to protect people against hacking. Russia's already started going into the Ukraine and hacking already, but that hacking can extend further than just the Ukraine and go globally across the world, especially because of the sanctions against Russia. So I've got 4 stocks that I want you to look at today. If you want to know what those stocks are, you sit right there. All right, hi everybody, Glenn Tompkins here on our YouTube channel, Senior Instructor. Love bringing these videos to your attention. If you're brand new to the channel, just stopping by, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be alerted that when new videos like this comes out, you'll be alerted. But the biggest thing, hit that like button, folks, especially if you feel that the work that we're giving or the product that we're bringing to you on these channels or on this channel is interesting enough that it makes sense to you. All right, we want to make sure that we're not wasting your time and we're bringing the news that you need. All right, with all of that, cybersecurity, cyber hacking, all of that is becoming big news. As a matter of fact, let's go take a look at a couple of stories that I have. U.S. banks prepare for cyber attacks after latest Russia sanctions. Because they are being sanctioned, they're going to have the wherewithal. They're going to pull out all of the stops and they say, all right, fine, we'll go after countries. They can go after banks. They can go after whatever they want. Cybersecurity is going to play a big role. The world is bracing for global cyber war as Russia invades Ukraine. Another story, cybersecurity implications of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And my last story is cybersecurity risks of an escalating Russia-Ukraine conflict. These stories are out there. You can go Google them yourselves. I'm not about the bringer of doom and gloom. I just want to let you know what's happening and how you can take advantage of what's going on. Now, I want to make a disclaimer. There's a lot of people who don't feel right making money off the misfortunes of others. I totally understand that. But the current situation gives us opportunities to make money, and that's what we're in the market for the purposes of making money. We can still feel the way that we feel, and if you feel strongly about what I just said, then I'm letting you know, then maybe you don't want to invest in those stocks. But I just want you to know where I stand in regards to that this is an opportunity for you to help to bolster your portfolio in trying times, things you need to do, all right? So with that, I'm going to talk about the 4 stocks that are on my radar. I've got a watch list of 20 stocks. I'm only going to bring 4 stocks to you right now, and I'm going to give you a challenge. If you want to see 4 more stocks, I'm going to bring a challenge to you to see if you're going to wait or if you're willing to see a part 2 to what I've got to bring today. So let's start off with my first stock, which is CrowdStrike. Ticker symbol CRWD, provides endpoint security protection for devices such as laptops, PCs, and servers, and other connected devices to a network. Because it's cloud-based, CrowdStrike is particularly well-suited for supporting remote work. We do understand a lot more people are working remotely, so this is to protect their devices as well. CrowdStrike software uses machine learning, a type of artificial intelligence. Bringing that statement up brings me to the point that I like. There's a couple of stocks in the AI space. Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, and C3, ticker symbol AI. These are going to also play an important role. I love the Palantir stock. It's putting so much money into its platform. It is getting the contracts. At some point in time, though, they've got to make money. That's the only big thing. So they're using AI to detect security breaches and hunt down the threats. So they're using the AI to take the data of what's going on and use it and turn it into usable information. Thus the reason why I really like the Palantir platform. The company has steadily increased its number of modules in its platform, to help its customers, and has a new integration agreements with other tech companies to make data protection more consistent across IT infrastructure. Now, this is big when looking at a company. CrowdStrike's sales have been booming. They are getting the contracts. People are understanding how important cybersecurity is. They're getting the work. And if they're getting the work, they're returning, hopefully, a good product to the people who are paying for it. Next stock, Zscaler, ticker symbol ZS, works in tandem with Endpoint Securities to help keep data secure. The company has been increasing its sales, revenue, sales. All of these things make a company attractive to buy, especially in a space that looks like it's going to start booming. Zscaler got its start with software as a product designed for cloud computing protection, but it has since added new internet security and end-user monitoring products. End-user monitoring is increasing with so many people now working from home. Again, put those two things together. And with global spending on the cloud computing expected to exceed $1 trillion annually this decade, Zscaler is well positioned to profit from this massive opportunity. Next stock, PANW, Palo Alto Networks, especially is rooted in firewalls, all right? Devices that protect traffic into and out of a physical location, such as offices and data centers, just like servers, right? While its legacy services still experience plenty of demand, the real growth is in the cloud, just like the one that we just looked at, right? The company's highly profitable platform has helped it to acquire more than a dozen smaller cloud-native businesses in the past few years. So a company that's growing, investing in its business by buying up smaller businesses to grow its business, to aid in its ability to protect people against cyber hacking. Management says its acquisition spree is over for now, which means they stopped putting money out there and spending it. Now they can reap the rewards by what they can put out there, and they foresee double-digit revenue growth in the years ahead. Although several companies command a higher valuation, Palo Alto Networks remains the largest pure-play cybersecurity operation by what? Revenue. All right, so that's why it's on my list. My next one is Fortinet. A lot of people know all of these stocks that I'm talking about, you guys already know about. I'm not bringing anything new to the table with these companies. It's also one of the largest cybersecurity companies in the world by what? Revenue. They make money. Like its peer, Palo Alto, it has maintained double-digit percentage growth and is highly profitable. But unlike Palo Alto, Fortinet has invested in its organic development of cloud security to remain competitive. So Palo Alto was buying up companies, they stopped. Fortinet is investing in their cloud, so they're spending money right now, all right? One of these developments is recently announced software-based internet security product being built and deployed with one of Europe's leading telecom providers, Telefonica Tech. Fortinet is also a top provider for firewalls. The best-in-class hardware continues to generate more revenue. Notice that all of these stocks have sales and revenues increases in a space that's high in demand. Folks, this is a space you need to be in. All right, so I'm putting that out there as well. Fortinet to help when building new data centers. For investors looking for a good balance of both sales and profitability growth, Fortinet is one of the best security stocks in the market. And you know, I do have ETFs. I'm going to take that off. I'm not going to talk about that yet again. I want to see your interest in this video before I go further with ETFs. All right, now let's do this. Let's go to the VectorVest software. Here's those 4 stocks that we just talked about and how VectorVest looks at them. In a space that cybersecurity, it's growing. People are needing it because the threat of cyber warfare is definitely increasing. Fortinet, Palo Alto, CrowdStrike, and Zscaler, all on our scaling on our master indicator VST. Fortinet's got a VST on a scaling between 0 to 2 of 1.23. Palo Alto 1.16. Notice that CrowdStrike and Zscaler, even though the news on them and the growth on them is there, they're still not above 1 yet. It's talking about growth. Each and every one of these companies have positive earnings and positive earnings growth rate. Folks, That's why you invest in a company, all right? The only stock that's good upside potential right now as far as relative value is Fortinet. There's only two of them that have a safety factor that shows them that they're less volatile or less risky. That's Fortinet and Palo Alto. As I look at CrowdStrike and Zscaler, even though I like what they have, all right, they are still in the speculative space. And look at this, CrowdStrike is way overvalued compared to what we feel it's valued, and so is Zscaler. Notice that every single one of these stocks is way overvalued as compared to what we feel the stock is valued at. Now, that's going to change as time as they start to grow in their other indicators. I want to see how liquid they are. Let's go look at average volume on each one of these. 1, 2, 3. Each one of these trade in excess on average over 1 million shares on a daily basis. All right. Sales growth. Look at these. They're growing their sales in excess of 20% a year. CrowdStrike and Zscaler grow their sales at a clip of 63% a year. Sales in the millions. Man. Again, all of these stocks overall, long-term, if we're looking long-term, what do I mean by long-term? Longer than just right now, all have good potential in a space that looks like it's going to get ready to start to boom. We always want to get into stocks when a sector or an industry booms. And based upon the news that I just showed you, this space is set up right now for a boom. And here's some stocks moving in that space. How about the market's down bigly today, but 3 out of the 4 stocks are making money, with Zscaler, the biggest mover today, up 6%, CrowdStrike up over 3%, Palo Alto is up about 0.5%, and Fortinet is just slightly down today. All right, let's go take a look at their graphs. Notice that 2 of the stocks are buy recommendations, 2 of them are sell recommendations. Let's view the stock graph. Let's bring this over. Let's go look at a 3-month graph on these stocks. I like the move. So the war kicked off. There's move on these stocks on good volume. Look at the earnings per share. Look at the earnings growth. Relative timing just recently went above 1. This stock is now in an uptrend. Look at the next one. Wow, Palo Alto is rocking and rolling. New 3-month high. Good open candles on good volume. Watch the earnings is falling a little bit, but still positive. And look at the earnings growth. Really starting to rock and roll. Next one, CrowdStrike. Again, 3 and the 8s have crossed on all 3 of these stocks so far really recently. RT has gone above 1. Volume is trading above average volume. Wow. I'm not feeling the earnings growth on a 3-month graph, and earnings per share is higher than it was 3 months ago, but you can't fight the tape. The space is moving, the stocks are moving, and the last stock in the list, Zscaler, I need that 3 and 8 to hit. The other 3 are already movers in this space. Zscaler is about ready to move. Hammer formation, not a classic hammer coming off of the down, but a hammer nonetheless. Possible reversal. 2 nice open candles. Would love to see the 3-8 cross. Earnings per share is falling, but still positive. Earnings growth falling, but still positive as well. So folks, with all of that being said, this is a space that's moving. Here's 4 stocks that I'm looking at for the time being. Now, here's my challenge to you. If you want to see the next 4 stocks that I can do a detailed analysis on from news, this is what I'm looking for. I want to make sure that this video was worth your time. I'm looking for at least 500 likes on the video, and I'm looking for at least 5,000 views on the video. If I get that, I'm thinking that by the end of this week, I will give you a part 2 to this video. If I don't hit either one of those, then maybe, for the most part, you weren't interested, and I will pick another video to do on Friday. But if you want to see the next 4 stocks a little deeper, just like I did for these 4, I'm looking for 500 likes and at least 5,000 views. I will do a part 2 on Friday. All right, with that, folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.